morning, students. Welcome to another session of Mathematics 6, and our subject code is BES-MAT32. I am your tutor, Ms. Loide Amupolo, and that is my contact number on the screen. In case you have something, you have any question, please feel free to contact me. Okay, welcome to Mathematics 6. You are getting there. You are just a minute away from getting your degree. I wish you all to be hardworking and dedicated students in this course. And this presentation covers very few contents of the subject and some general guidelines that I want you to keep in mind when you are preparing for your August examination. The upcoming examination, this is just a guideline just to show you how you should prepare and pay attention as you are preparing for your examination. And by now you should have a good idea of what the subject is about because you have completed your assignment. And note that I cannot give attention to the whole content, and you should have, if you have any question, contact me, as I said earlier on. This is not the examination scope. As I said, it's a little, very little of what mathematics is about in your syllabus, and you should just use prescribed textbook when you are preparing for examination. Okay, important notes that you should know. Pay attention to the exit learning outcomes in the syllabus, and pay attention to the learning outcomes of every unit of the syllabus. As I said, mathematics is intertwined, and some questions require you to know the knowledge of other topics from Mathematics 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go through and just be aware of, just remind yourself about those modules you have completed. The whole syllabus is covered in the examination paper. Go through the learning outcomes, those exit learning outcomes that you should know so that you'll be well prepared for your examination. Okay, for today we are going to look at angles in circles. Okay, angles formed in a circle. Now we have properties that we should keep in mind. The first one is angles in the same segment are equal. So then if I have a circle here and I just draw two segments crossing each other like this, the angles in the same segment are equal. This is a segment, a line segment. This is another line segment. So then meaning these two angles are equal and these two angles are equal. We should know that. We should know that property. Okay, my diagram is not so accurate, but just to be aware of that property. The angles in the same segment are equal. Okay, another property is the angle between the tangent and the radius. If I have a circle, you know the radius is the line from the center to the circumference of the circle, and the tangent is a line that you draw outside the circumference, just touching there. So the angle that will be formed between the radius and the tangent of the circle is what? Is 90 degrees. So then here you find a 90 degree there. The angle that will form between this radius and the tangent is 90 degree. It's a right angle. Okay, then we come to the angle in a semicircle. Okay, if I'm having a circle here, a semicircle is half a circle. Just I draw, if I divide this circle in half, and then just draw a triangle touching any part of the circumference. The angle that will be formed there, it's a right angle. The triangle that will be formed, you form a right angle triangle. So then the angle that will be formed here, it's a 90 degree. Okay, so then angles in a semicircle, you should know that it's a right angle there. If you find a right angle, and you should know the properties formed inside the triangle. Remember that. Another property is the cyclic quadrilateral. Opposite angles, they are not equal. It's a mistake here. They are supplementary. Okay, so then if I'm having a circle, and then I just draw a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral, you know, it's a four-sided shape. If you just draw a quadrilateral there, the opposite angles are supplementary. If this is 80 degrees, this is 100 degrees. Supplementary angles end up to 180 degrees. So then opposite angles are supplementary, not equal. Okay, I'm sorry for that typing error. And then angles at the center is twice the angle at the circumference. If you have another circle here, then you just draw any perhaps something like this. We have an angle at the center here. This angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference. If this angle here is 60 degrees, this is going to be what? This is going to be 120 degrees. The angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference in that one. And a very important thing again, you should remember also the angles formed in triangles. Angles formed in quadrilaterals, you know, if you add all these angles together in the quadrilateral is 360. 4 angles inside that quadrilateral will give you 360 degrees. And the angles in a straight line, you should know that one. The straight angle, you know, it's how many degrees? It's 180 degrees. You should know that. Sometimes you need to know them for you to solve this type of problems when you come to circle angles in a circle. Okay, let's look at one problem here, one example. K, L, and M. Here supposed to be an N here. I don't know, maybe it went behind. K, L, M, N are points on the circumference of a circle. The center is O. MOK is a diameter. You can see the diameter passing through the center there is a diameter. KT, this is a tangent of the circle to the circle K at K, and then angle LMK is 75, and then angle N supposed to be here, N, M, and K is 40 degrees. Now, how are we going to work out these questions? We have 6 questions to solve according to that. Okay. Let's look at this one. So then this is the circle that is here. Now they said K, L, M, and N are the points on the circumference of the circle center O. MOK, this is the line, it's a diameter. KT is a tangent to the circle at K, and then angle LMK. Let's put that angle in our circle so that when you are coming to the questions, at least we have some clue to go. LMK, we are turning at M here. This angle here is 75. Okay, and angle NMK, so then this angle here is 40 degrees. All right, this is what you have. Okay, so let's continue. Calculate angle KLN. KLN. This is the angle that you are calculating at the whole of this part here. KLN. This angle here. Okay, how can we get that angle? Remember those properties. Okay, so then we can see that 40 and this angle are in the same segment. So then that angle KLN, angle KLN LN is also 40 degrees. Sometimes you need to provide the reasons. So then you can say their angles, they are in the same segment. Those two angles are in the same segment. Okay. Let's continue with B. B, it said angle LOK. LOAK, the angle here. How can we get this angle here? LOK. So then it's inside. Okay, how can we get this angle here? So then how this angle is going to be 75 times 2, which will give us 75 times 2 is 150 degrees. The angle here is 150 degrees. The reason is the angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference. Okay, so then that angle is 150 degrees. This is A, this is B. Okay, let's move on to C. Angle LKN. 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 How can I get this angle here? LKN. So then this is the angle that I'm calculating now. The whole of this angle. How much is that angle? Okay, from there we can make use of the quadrilateral. This is a quadrilateral that you have here. Okay, and then according to the properties of angles in the circle, opposite angles are supplementary. So then this angle here is opposite these two angles. So then you can put 75 and 40 together, and you can see these two angles are opposite each other, and then they are supplementary. So then how can we get this angle here? Okay, we can add these two angles together, 75 plus 40, which will give us 115, and then we subtract that angle, the total, from 180. So then this one is going to be 180 degrees minus 75 plus 40. So then you add these two angles together, then you subtract them from 180. So then you minus 180, which will give us 65. That angle is going to be 65. So then this angle here is 65. So then here we said is 40, here we said is 150. It's advisable to put the angles inside as you move on, so that you can not come back to your answers here. So then when you are calculating other angles, you know this angle is this one already, and you know it will be easier for you to work them out already. Okay, let's move on to D. So then let's look at D. D is asking to work out angle LNM. LNM, this is the angle that you are calculating. So then to get this angle, let's work out this angle first, because we know that the whole of this angle is 90 degrees. Let's work out this angle first inside, then from there we subtract it from 90. Okay, these two angles, we are given these two angles, and according to the properties of angles in a triangle, if you have three angles together, they will give you 180. So then 60 plus 40 plus 65, this one will give us that one will give us 105. Okay, 105 degrees, and then you subtract it from 180. 180 minus 105, it will give us which will give us 75. So then this angle here is 75, the angle inside here, just this part. Okay, how can we get this angle now? Remember, this is a right angle, so then it's going to be 90 minus 75 degrees. Okay, 90 minus 75. So then this angle here, take a small angle, is 90 degrees minus 75, which will give us 15. Ne? Okay, which will give us 15 degrees. So then this angle here is 15 degree. The angle inside here is 15 degrees. Okay, then we move on to E, angle MKN. MKN. MKN, the angle here. How can we get this, just this angle here? MKN. Remember 65 is the whole of this angle, is LKN, but now we are calculating this angle here. So then how can you do? We are going to use this triangle inside there. Can you see this triangle? And then we know the sum is 90. We know that this is 90 degree here at the corner. This is 40 degrees here. So then how can we get this angle? It's going to be 180 degrees minus 90 plus 40 degrees. Okay, so then E, just put E there. This is what we are going to get. 180 minus 90 plus 40 to give us 130. So then 180 minus 130, it will give us 65 degrees. One eighty minus 130, it will give us 50, not 60 but 50 degrees. The angle here is 50 degrees there. Okay, and then the last one is angle NKT. F angle NKT. NKT. This angle here, NKT. This on the only angle in here. How can we get this angle? NKT. We make use of the angle between the radius and the tangent. Remember, this whole angle here is 90 degree. Now work out this other angle now, the angle here. So then this is simple, just going to be 90 degrees minus 50, because we know the angle here already is 50. So then the angle NKT, this other angle, is going to be 90 minus 50 degrees, which will give us 40 degrees. Okay, that's it for the angle in a circle. All right, let us continue with the last part, which is inequalities involving two variables. Inequalities involving two variables. You should know those inequality signs, and then greater than or less than, we use a broken line, and greater than or equal and less than or equal to, we use a solid line. Okay, and we have to remember those keywords. If you find that at most, maximum, more than, not more than, we use this type of an inequality. And then also at least, just an opposite now, at least, a minimum of, not less than, we use that inequality. So then these two inequalities, you should know these two, or with those keywords. When should you use that greater than or equal, or less than or equal, and when you should use greater than or just less than. Okay, and then more than, we just use either greater than, and then less than, we use that inequality. You should know that. All right, let's look at the example, and you should know that one. Of course, they are very, very much important. A farmer sells two plants, namely shrubs and trees. So then a farmer sells shrubs and trees. Not more than 3 shrubs and 5 trees can be sold daily. If you look back there, not more than, we use this type of an operation. Not more than 3 and not more than 5. So then we have to use that inequality. Not more than 3 shrubs and not more than 5 trees can be sold daily. However, a farmer must prepare at least, if you go back again, at least, we use this one, a farmer must sell at least 15 or 12 plants daily. Okay, so using X to represent the number of shrubs and Y to represent, X should be represented by shrubs, and then Y represent trees. write down the three inequalities. So then this is going to be x less than or equal to 3, and this is going to be y less than or equal to 3. And the other inequality is this one: a farmer must prepare at least 12 planes daily, meaning x plus y should give you that. Okay, should give you that. All right, that is question A already. All right, these are the three inequalities: x less than or equal to 3, y less than or equal to 5, and x plus y is greater than or equal to 12. All right, let's move on to B. Draw both x and y and use a scale of 1 centimeter to represent 2 units on both axes. All right, this is what I have now. Okay, it's a graph paper. You have to use the graph on x on the horizontal axis and y on the vertical axis, and use a scale of 1 centimeter to represent. 1 centimeter is mostly 10 units, 10 small squares. 2, 4, 6 up to there. I arrange my numbers on my x axis and then on the y axis as well. Now use your axis to draw graphs to represent your inequalities from part A, and then shade any unwanted region. Remember, we have these three inequalities: this one, and this one. So then we are going to draw them here in our graph. The first one is x greater than or equal to 3. Remember that one, we have to use a solid line. Okay, x. So then here it's going to be, for this one it's going to be there. 3 is between 2 and 3, exactly there. You can draw your line there, which is a solid line. All right, and then y is less than or equal to 5. Y 4, 5 is here. There, and you have to name them. This is y less than or equal to 5, and this is x less than or equal to 3. Okay, and then the last one, you have to draw this inequality: x plus y is greater than 12. So just cut the 12 in the x-axis and 12 on the y-axis. Or you can say, if x is equal to 2 now, which number can you add to y to give us 12? Maximum 12, 8, this is going to be 10, and so on. So then when x is equal to 2, y is equal to 10. When x is equal to 1 or 0, of course, y is equal to 12. 0 plus 12 is 12. 2 plus 10 is 12. 4 plus 8 is 12. 6 plus 6 is 12. 8 plus 4 is 12. 10 plus 2 is 12. 12 plus, and then you just join those 2 points. Okay, all those points. So then you join the points there. For x and y is also going to be a solid one. So then this is x plus y 12 at least. Okay, it's going to be like this one. Okay, I think it's that one. All right, then the thing, the question said shade any unwanted region. For this part, x greater than or equal to 3, which one is an unwanted region? This part here is the unwanted region. On the left hand side is your unwanted region, or the whole of that part. And then y less than or equal to 5. Which numbers are less than or equal to 5? These are the numbers down here: 4, 2, 3, and others. They are less than 5. This is the unwanted region down there. And here, at least not more than 12, or at least it should prepare 12 planes. Okay, 12. So then this part here is the unwanted part. This is the unwanted region up there. Okay, this is how your graph will look like. Now you can see there's a triangle inside there which is not shaded. All right, okay, Roman B, Roman 2 is done. And then the last question is C. work out the profit, or the profit the farmer makes on shrubs is $2, and the profit he makes on trees is $3. Calculate the maximum profit the farmer can make per day. Now we have a formula here. Remember, X represent the shrubs and Y represent the trees. Now it says that a farmer makes $2 for the shrubs and make a profit of $3 on the trees. What is the maximum profit now? How can we get the maximum profit? So then here, if you take X2 times X, the number of trees that will be sold, plus $3 times the number of trees, this is shrubs. Why is that? What will be the maximum profit now? How can we get the maximum profit from our graph? We look at the point which are the closest to the corners of our graph. So then we have a triangle here. Look at the points closest to the corners of your graph. If I pick a point here, let's pick a point just here, there. X is equal to 3, so then you substitute when X is equal to 3 plus 3, and here Y is equal to 9. So then you just multiply these two. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 3 times 9 is 27, and then 6 plus 27 will give us what? 6 plus 27 will give us 33. There you get a profit of $33. All right. So then you have to pick as many points as you can, but you cannot pick all the points here to get all the profits, but this is how you should do it. You should take a point here. Okay, this is 2 when X is equal to 4 plus 3 when Y is equal to 8. You do the same. 4 times 8, 4 times 2 is 8, and then plus 3 times 8 is 24. 24 times plus this one, 8 plus 24, that one will give us a maximum of how much now? 32. This one will give us 32, a profit of $32, and so on. All right, and that is how you should do it. Pick a point here, pick a point here, and just do the same as long as they are closest to the corners. Okay, and then now you check your answer, which one is the biggest one. Of course, that one is going to be the maximum profit. All right, finally, what you should do in the examination room is you should read the instruction carefully and underline the key points as you are reading the question. If you saw me that when I start reading the question, I wrote something already, not to go back again and reread again. So, okay, you should always show your work in case you want to go through again, and you can easily be able to take any mistake, and you should also be able to award it a mark for the method. If your final answer happened to be wrong, you can get a mark from your working. Remember to always check the marks allocated to determine the length of your answer. All right, and bring along all the materials you will need in mathematics, your calculator, your mathematics set, and so on. You should remember that. Practice and practice and practice more, and then you should know the steps, the rules, and the formulas. Know the key questions, know what you do, solve, simplify, prove, and so on. And then read the questions carefully just to know what is expected from you. And your answers must be complete. And please answer the question. If the question said find n, your answer should be n is equal to this. Okay, don't just say stop there, and then you should answer the question and write as neatly as you can. Okay, and then I wish you all the best in your examination.